Yo, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Today's video is going to be a storytime video, and this storytime I've actually told on the channel quite some time ago, but it didn't really perform well, and honestly I didn't really like how I made the video either, and that goes with a lot of my older storytimes, so I just went ahead, deleted all of them, and I'm going to be going ahead and retelling them, starting with probably one of my most favorite stories, in my opinion. Without further ado, guys, let's hop straight into this. So this story time takes place back in the winter of 2019. Around this time, I was just barely getting into smoking. Beforehand, I still was smoking, but just not on a daily basis like how I was around this time. And on this day, it was no exception. Nothing was different about this day. I was just chilling at home after school, sitting in my room, playing Xbox. I think I was actually playing Modern Warfare 2. Me and my brother, we were playing race in the special ops, trying to go for a high score. At least in the family household, you know, against us two. Obviously, we weren't going to beat the world record. Funny enough about that, though, my brother actually came really damn close to beating the world record. I think, like, a couple seconds off, maybe. It's like, he came really damn close to it, and I was just a second behind him, so not to brag or anything, but I think I might have a world record I'm going to be breaking soon. Anyways, back to the story. We were just chilling in my room, we were playing Modern Warfare 2, you know, just living the life, doing our thing, and at this point in time, we hadn't smoked yet. At least during the night. It's like before school we had already smoked and whatnot. Just, you know, your average shit. Smoke, go to school, come home, smoke again. But this time we haven't smoked yet. And we were all like, we're gonna bust out the pipe, we're gonna load up some weed, we're gonna get high, we're gonna continue to play Modern Warfare 2. Needless to say, we weren't fucking doing that well after we got stoned on race. So my brother goes into his room, he gets his pipe, he gets a little bit of bud, he comes back in my room, and we're about to light up, but right before he does, I tell him, it's like, yo, we should go smoke outside. It's like, I know it's cold outside right now because winter time, obviously, but it looks really nice outside. There's a full moon, the weather, it's cold, but it looks nice. Let's just go smoke outside real quick. And he says, I don't see why we can't do that. So we get up, we walk our happy asses outside on the front porch. We smoke this bowl, we do our thing, we're having fun, and this isn't really too important of the story, smoking the weed itself. What's important to this story is that I'm high as fuck after smoking this bowl. It was one bowl as well, only a couple of hits, but like I said, this was around the time when I first started smoking heavily on a daily basis, so like my tolerance was still absolute 0 to fucking none. We go back into my room after we smoked this bowl, and we hop back on Modern Warfare 2, and again, like I said, we weren't doing race. We tried a couple of matches of race, but since we were stoned, it's like we couldn't keep the flow going. So we decide, hop on a different game. I believe we hopped on a different game, I'm not sure. We probably just continued to play Modern Warfare 2, just something else other than race, just to fuck around and have fun, you know. And when we're just playing Call of Duty, kind of look around my room, having stoner thoughts, thinking, I want my room to look better. It's like, I have some pictures in my backpack from art class that I could hang up on the walls, you know, just to make my room feel a little more alive, just to make the walls less boring. You know, so when people come and hang out, you know, when they come into the room, they're not just bored sitting in there. At least there's something up on the walls that gives the room character. That's what I was thinking, having the average stoner thoughts. So I get up, tell my brother, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab my backpack so I could grab my drawings and shit from art class. And he says, alright, that's cool. I'll just chill in here and continue to play Modern Warfare. So I get up and I walk out into my living room, and when I'm stoned, I kind of see from the corner of my eye the piano that's sitting in the living room, and I think to myself, is like, you know, I've never really played the piano high before. It's like, this might be something fun that I can do, something fun to try, see if I'm still good at playing the piano high. So I sit down on the piano bench and I start playing the piano, you know, nothing too special, just sitting there playing some tunes, just having fun on the piano as well while stoned as fuck. And when I'm playing the piano, I can hear my dad talking with someone in the living room. When I first went out into the piano, it was just my dad. He was sitting at the kitchen table doing work shit, I believe, texting bosses, whatever. I'm not exactly sure what he was doing. But all what I remember is that when I first walked out into the living room and started playing the piano, my dad was just sitting there alone doing his thing. And now halfway through playing the piano, I hear that my dad is now talking to someone, and I'm confused because I've never heard this voice a day in my life. At least I thought, because I was stoned. The voice didn't sound familiar, none of that shit. And so I'm just kind of sitting there a little paranoid because, damn, someone who I don't know is in my fucking house and I'm stoned in the living room. I don't want him fucking seeing this. I don't want this guy seeing, this weird little fucking dude just sitting in his own house stoned as fuck. I don't want him seeing that. So I just sit there still, fucking straight face as fuck, playing the piano, just hoping that, this dude, whoever the fuck he is, doesn't come up trying to talk to me. None of that shit. I just assume it's the neighbor who lives down the fucking road from us. No, to my surprise, that is not who it was. My dad finally tells me, he's like, yo, could you shut the fuck up? It's like, I'm trying to talk to someone here. And I say, oh, I'm sorry. I get up, turn around, walk into the living room. I grab my backpack. Once when I turn back around, I see who it is. And I shit you not when I'm saying this. If you guys have been on the channel for a while now, and you probably might know who I'm going to be saying who this is, but it was none other than the weights teacher from my high school. And I was sitting there just dumbfounded as fuck. The first thing that I thought was, I'm stoned and I'm having to deal with the teacher. It's like, isn't this shit what you have to deal with at school? It's like all the stories that I've heard online, all the stories that I've heard from my friends, is like all the time when they got stoned and had to deal with teachers. That shit was at school. It's like, why couldn't we keep that shit at school? Why the fuck does this have to be going down in my house right now? Needless to say, I was not enjoying the moment, what was going on right now. So I quickly hurried up, I grabbed my bag, I started rushing back to my bedroom with the bag, just trying to get the fuck out of there because I didn't want to have to deal with that. And the teacher stops me and he says, hey, why are you off in such a hurry? I said, me and my brother were playing video games right now. I just came out here to get my backpack to hang up drawings in my room and whatnot. I said that with more of a stutter. You guys probably get the gist, After when he stops me, he asked, hey, can I see your drawings? I'm like, sure, why not, I guess. And looking back on it, I honestly should have just told him no and walked back to my room so I didn't have to deal with this awkward encounter. But I was trying not to look suspicious. Even though that I was in my own damn house, I'm sure that there was nothing he could really have done about it. So I go and sit down in the kitchen table, and then I just open up my folder that has all my art projects in it. At the time, this was around the time when the pufferfish meme was like really taking off. You guys remember the meme of the pufferfish eating a carrot and it makes that weird moaning noise? I don't know why I had such an interest with that in the time when it was popular, but I did. So like 90% of my art projects was just the pufferfish eating a carrot. It's like whatever the art project was, I took the pufferfish eating a carrot and related it into some sort of the art project in somehow, some way, just so I could get a good grade on it and just leave it at that. I really did not try in art class. That shit was just so much fun. I have a couple of stories to tell you from art class. A lot of the times too, when I would make the art projects, is like when I would draw them on the piece of paper, it wouldn't fill up the whole piece of paper because I wasn't the best with doing that. I don't know how I wasn't good at filling a whole piece of paper on a piece of art, but that's just what we were gonna go with. So I went ahead and just took a pair of scissors and cut all the pictures out into size, so it's like there wouldn't be any plain ugly white background to it, And my weights teacher asked, is like, why are all of them cropped out like that? It's like, why are all of them just the same picture of a pufferfish? It's like, all of it's related to your artwork and whatnot, I get that, but it's like, why does it all need to be the pufferfish? And I'm just sitting there, blaze as hell, cannot comprehend words, cannot even think of words to conversate him with. It's like, I couldn't explain to him what my goal was here. There was no fucking goal. I was just some stupid 16-year-old kid in high school who just had a weird fetish with the pufferfish. I shouldn't say fetish. That I should have chose my words a lot differently right there. I don't know if anyone else was like this back then in the day when you would get stoned, but when I was just sitting there, it's like my body started twitching up terribly. It's like I was so nervous, so scared that my legs just would have random twitches and whatnot, and it's like very obviously I wasn't in the right mindset when this teacher was talking to me. It's like the fact that he didn't call me out for it the next day at school was just a miracle. Anyways, I just kind of made small talk with him the best I could. You guys might be wondering, why the hell was the teacher even at your house to begin with? And to that, I couldn't answer it fully. Something to do with like a church program. He was there with like 2 church members or something, I don't know. But anyways, he'd stop by to kind of preach the word of God, maybe something like that, I don't know. But he also dropped by to drop off some fucking cookies. God, I struggle so much to say that. Yeah, his wife made some cookies, stopped by, dropped them off for us, and what I gotta say about that, bro, is that was a fucking blessing in disguise right there. I was high as shit. I had the munchies later on after that, and we had some bomb-ass cookies, so you bet your ass that was a fucking bonus right there. After that whole awkward encounter is over, I get up from the seat that I'm sitting at, and I just completely leave all of my art that was sitting on the table, my bag. I just completely leave all of it and just walk straight to my room because I just wanted to get the fuck out of that situation as fast as I could. When I walk into the room, my brother, he's just sitting at my fucking chair, looking at me dead in the face with the most serious look I've ever seen on his face in my life. And he just says, "Huh, am I lucky not to be you right now?" And I walk straight up to him and I say, "Motherfucker, bro, you're more experienced when it comes to smoking. Your ass should have been out there dealing with that, not me. It's like, I nearly shit myself in 12 different ways. Like, what the fuck was that? It's like, that should have been left at school." Anyways, guys, that was the story time right there. If you did happen to enjoy it, I know it wasn't the craziest thing to have ever happened in the history of people smoking weed, but it's definitely an encounter. That's for damn sure. It's like, definitely something that doesn't happen every damn day. It's like, I'm sure a lot of other people don't have the story to tell of their fucking high school weights teacher showing up to their house immediately after they smoked a bowl. It's like, thank God for the decision of wanting to go and smoke outside right there. It's like, if we would have blazed up in my room like what we decided the first time, whew, that situation probably would have ended off a lot worse than it did. But anyways, guys, if you happen to enjoy the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. It really means a lot to me. It shows that you guys appreciate the content, and it makes me more motivated into making it. And I'll see you all for the next video. Peace out.